Good evening, Mr. Peterson.
Good evening.
What we're going to do tonight is each board member will ask you one question. Same board member asking the same question of all 7 candidates.
Okay.
And we'll get started with my question. Please introduce yourself and share with us why you wish to serve on the board.
My name is Leigh Peterson. I live here in Pennington, just actually behind the school here, behind the board building. I've talked, actually my husband and I have talked off and on for the last couple of years about me getting involved locally with something, and this seemed like a good opportunity. The school district, I have a young son who's not in the district yet, but will be in a couple of years, and I follow in the newspaper, and I think it would be, I think I have some experiences that could help on the board, and I enjoy the community involvement. I haven't really had a chance. I didn't have a chance when I lived in Princeton. I was traveling a lot. I don't do that so much anymore, so this is really the first opportunity I've had to be able to get directly involved in something.
Leanne, why don't you try bringing us up to date on what specific strengths or talents you bring to the board?
I'm a good. My main strength, at least as far as work goes, is my communication skills. I was a language major in college. I found out that computers is just another language, and I pretty much taught myself how to do a lot, how to design trading systems, risk management systems, and then moved into compliance. And that's really where, I see that as just a general basic skill set where I'm good at explaining things to other people, and concepts that may not be on everybody's radar screen or in their strengths, and making it something that's understandable.
Thank you.
Ms. Peterson, thank you for being here tonight and for your interest. My question is, what is your background and experience with service to our schools and to the community?
To our schools, nothing yet. This will be my first time. I am a graduate of the Hunt School in Princeton, and I'm very involved there. I'm receiving their Distinguished Alumni Award this year for service to the school. I'm also on their Alumni Board of Directors, and I was on the University of Colorado Alumni Board for 4 years. And I was the treasurer, and I was also an at-large board member. We had approximately $3 million budget that we were responsible for as part of the greater University of Colorado Foundation. That has all been somewhat changed since I left, but it's basically the same structure now.
Thank you.
Ms. Peterson, thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for your interest in the board. My question is, what do you see as the most critical 2 or 3 issues facing our school district today?
I don't think our school district is much different than any others. As you can see from my resume, I'm soon to be unemployed. Since Lehman Brothers will probably be bankrupt by Friday, and I know I'm not the only one in town. I think that's going to affect a lot of our families. It's going to be tough. There'll have to be some budget fallout from this. I can't see how there wouldn't be. I think that's probably the biggest thing facing us in the future. And I mean, that seems to be everything sort of stems from the budget. The demands put on us by the No Child Left Behind law, changing demographics of the town, parents who may be having to leave because of job changes and circumstance changes, and it'll all pretty much stem from that.
Good evening, Ms. Peterson. If you disagreed with other board members over some matter, what would you do to achieve some resolution?
Well, I guess and the way it works with me at work, I'm typically the middle person in a lot of these, almost as acting as the arbitrator, because I'm typically dealing with a technology person on one side and a business person on the other. We don't necessarily, and a regulator somewhere out there. We don't necessarily all have the same ideas about how things should work. But I firmly believe, and it seems to have worked for me in the past, that everyone's ideas have validity. They may not all be able to get what they want, but there should be some common ground, because we're all going for the same basic thing, which is to make our schools the best that they can be for our kids and to do the best with our budget that we can. I mean, I think we can all agree on that, and how we get there is really the only difference. And I just don't see that with a bunch of reasonable people in the room that you can't come to some sort of agreement that makes everyone at least partially happy. I don't think everybody can't be always happy.
Thank you.
Mrs. Peterson, can you tell us about a time that you had to make an unpopular decision?
Not long ago, we've gone through 4 rounds of layoffs this year, and recently we had to, my boss and the other managers of my team had to get together to decide who was being let go. And it's tough because my firm has traditionally operated as on a very lean sort of a basis, so we never really had a lot of extra people. It was, it was a very wrenching conversation, and we had to let go of someone who we actually thought was a very valuable member of our team who would have never gotten fired otherwise if our hand hadn't been forced. And it was not pleasant for anybody involved. But luckily they found a job because it was an early round.
Good evening, Ms. Peterson. How do you view the role of a school board member compared to the responsibilities of the school superintendent and the district staff?
Well, the school board seems to operate, from what I've seen, the same way that the University of Colorado board operated, on a sort of advisory basis with responsibility for the budget and for overseeing those basic, working with those superintendent to come up with strategy and things like that as far as the schools are concerned.
Thank you.
Good evening, Ms. Peterson. Sorry about the situation at Lehman. Can you tell us that if you were to join the board, what would be the area of your steepest learning curve?
Probably the actual working of the school itself. I really don't have much experience with the school, elementary education and high school education. So, and I'm actually very interested in it. Great.
Mrs. Peterson, are there any concluding comments that you would wish to share with the board?
I think this would be a great opportunity for me. I'm actually really interested in learning more and getting involved with the community and being able to give back. And I am going to have a little bit of extra time now, so I can devote myself to the board even more than I had planned to already. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much for your interest in the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.